So I asked the internet this question. I made a TikTok and I asked, if you are working with someone at a bigger bank, why did you choose to work with them versus someone like a Malcolm who owns Capital Area Planning Group? And one of the comments on there was trust, expertise, and access to additional capital structures. I thought that was interesting because, from my perspective, someone who talks to financial advisors for a living, you can get that with someone else outside of the big banks, if not more access to other opportunities. How would you answer that question?
I think the answer that TikTok gave you means that the commercials are still working. It means that the ads that the bigger firms have been running for decades still work. Whether we believe they do or not, what you just said means they do. What you just described is brand recognition, right? The name Goldman Sachs means something to people. The name Morgan Stanley or Merrill Lynch or whatever means something to people. And so when you hand them that business card with the blue bowl on it or whatever, that immediately communicates a level of credibility that doesn't necessarily exist if it's Malcolm Etheridge Financial or something, right? Because they're like, who the heck is this dude? At the same time, having worked inside of those types of organizations, one thing that I can tell you is absolutely the opposite of what TikTok told you. You have less access to investment opportunities. You have less access to the capital markets. And a big reason for that is those giant firms have massive compliance departments whose job it is to keep the whole firm from getting sued for someone's stupidity. What that ultimately means is they have to limit the number of investment options that they have because things haven't necessarily been scrubbed by 26 lawyers. They have to limit what the advisors are allowed to say and do on behalf of their clients. They have to limit what they're allowed to say to their clients. Actually, inside of the disclosure language in the financial plan documents that a lot of those firms hand people is the phrase, "This is not a financial plan." Which is crazy if you think about it, right? So I, as a certified financial planner, a person who the certified financial planner board has said, this person is qualified to give financial advice and construct financial plans on behalf of people, would be working for a firm that at the same time says, this person who is a certified financial planner is handing you a document that looks and walks and talks like a financial plan, but it ain't. You don't really realize that that is even a thing you have to be concerned about. And it's one of the reasons that I operate in the independent advice space rather than at a giant bank-owned firm, because that math ain't mathing. Like those two things just don't make sense.